Real News, your politically aligned news channel. I'm your host, Ellery. Today's discussion will surround the global warming propaganda that is taking over the internet. It has been a confusing discussion, and we were here to give you the facts and make the truth clear. We will discuss the lies that are being spread, the intentions of the Chinese government, and more. To help with our discussion of the global warming craze, I am joined by climate expert and realist Dr. Kyler.
Good evening. Today I have brought with me some facts about climate change to help clear up the lies you've been fed.
I'm sure you've all heard about the record highs the world has been hitting in the past few years. Even here in Rochester, we had a record high for March of 70 degrees. Do you have a response to these stats?
Yes, these records being used to justify global warming is just their way to nitpick stats so that they can create their own bias to trick you. If the Earth was so warm, then why are there researchers from WeMadeThisUp.com that say, get this, up to 10 billion people die every year from winter-involved accidents? Clearly, these record highs are just random. Only a few weeks later, it's already snowing again. Even our own weathermen can tell you the Earth is certainly not very warm as of right now.
Today and tomorrow, there looks to be snow coming from the northern lakes. There will be about a 60 to 65% chance of snowfall, so be prepared for icy roads. Next week, we'll begin to warm up as we have just passed the spring equinox.
Clearly, this global warming thing is a little ridiculous. As the weatherman said, the world must warm up as spring has begun. Besides, there's still 60% of the Earth that will experience snow before this warmth. So it seems silly to call this change global warming.
Exactly.
Before we move on to our next guest, what do you have to say about those claiming that weather changes throughout the world?
This is an obvious lie spread by round earthers who think the world rotates. They base their whole ideology upon NASA photos. Not sure how they're going to feel when they learn about ChatGPT.
Thank you, Dr. Kyler. Next, we will discuss some political controversies surrounding the global warming epidemic with Governor of Nowhereville, Emma.
This is a plain lie. The ice caps must melt as spring is beginning, or else they will never be gone by the summer solstice. The Chinese wants to infiltrate our government and raise our taxes for environmental efforts, so be wary of the propaganda you may be seeing. And finally, be cautious of social media influencers who have also fallen into the trap to China lies.
Thank you. Before we leave, I must remind you, if you ever fall into the trap of round earthers and the global warming epidemic, just stop and think. Remember all the chilly winters you've lived through, even if they're a little patchier now, and start thinking logically. If you don't stop believing their lies now, then soon the Chinese will take over. Remember, everybody, Real News is the only news channel you need to find your politically aligned news and where to find out the truth about our world. Good night.